Hi guys, it's Pastor Yummy with Life 360 Weston, and today we are on Matthew chapter 10. It begins like this. Jesus called out his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and heal every disease and sickness. And verse 2, I'm not going to read it. These are the names of the 12. These are the names of the 12 apostles, and I'm going to start back on verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions. Do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans. Rather go to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. So let's just take a minute and think, what did we just read? So now Jesus in verse 1 is sending out. He already modeled for the disciples his ministry, and now, like a good teacher, he's saying, okay, it's your turn. I want you to go out, and you just saw what I did. I'm giving you the authority to do the same thing. So first of all, we have to look at that. Gave them authority. Who in the world, probably somebody out of the world, would have that kind of authority except God? So right there we see that he is Jesus, he is God, and he gave them authority to do this. So let's go to verse 5. The 12 he sent out with the following instructions. Do not go among the Gentiles. You may be thinking, wait, what? Don't go amongst the Gentiles. I mean, we read in other places in the Bible that Jesus came for everyone. Well, remember, the Jewish people, the Israel, this was God's chosen people. He says that he came to be the Messiah for Israel. He was their Messiah. He came to them first. So we do see later on that, okay, his plan was to include everybody, but first to the Jews, first to Israel. So this message that he's proclaiming was that he was the Messiah. He says the kingdom of heaven, proclaim this message, the kingdom of heaven has come near. This message was for Israel. He is saying, I am here. I am the Messiah, and I am here, guys. So I just wanted to explain that. Then he is saying, let's see, in verse 7, verse 8, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. So we are seeing that he gave this same authority. We just looked at the miracles in chapter 8 and 9 that Jesus did. Now he is saying to his disciples, I give you the authority to do this in my name. And they did. Healed the sick, raised the dead, and healed even those with leprosy. Drive out demons. This was never heard of. This did not happen in this way, in the Old Testament. So this was quite the sign that Jesus was the Messiah and Jesus was God, with the only one with the authority to be able to do that and to delegate it even. So then he's saying, freely you have received, freely give. That telling them that not to charge for this, because that was actually common in that time, that people would charge for healing and charge for this ministry. He's saying, freely I gave this to you. Give this to others. So let's go on. Verse 9 says, do not get any gold or silver or copper to take with you in your belts. No bag for the journey, or extra shirt or sandals or a staff, for the worker is worth his keep. So he's saying, just go out, don't bring extra things, you're going to be taken care of. Your needs are going to be provided for. Now, before I go further in with this paragraph, keep in mind that this is probably not the template for if you're going to go out to the mission field today. And also keep in mind that at this time, this is true. This is what Jesus told them to do, and they did it. But then we'll see later on, before his death, that he did change these instructions, and he told them, take money, take extra clothes, take a sword, even take something to protect yourself. So this is for right now, for this time. This is his commands to them. So they did. They went out and they did what Jesus had told them. Then he's saying, whatever town or village you enter, search for some worthy person and stay at their home until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town, shake the dust off of your feet. So even as a sign, just shake the dust off of your feet. And leave that home. So truly I tell you, it will be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. So keep in mind, they are going to the people of Israel, the people that should recognize from the old, their own scripture from the Old Testament that this is their Messiah. So if they don't, he's saying there will be a judgment. Verse 16, I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. Be on your guard. You will be handed over to local councils and be flogged in the synagogue. On my account, you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and as witnesses to the Gentiles. So I think right here we see that Jesus is telling them they are going to be witnesses even to the Gentiles. So later on when we see when Paul reveals the mystery that, whoa, God came even for the Gentiles, we already see that Jesus has alluded to this. But when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At that time you will be given what to say, for it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Verse 21, brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of me, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. Truly I tell you, you will not finish going through the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. Now, this part, people do believe that he is talking about the future, because, of course, in their lifetime, they did not finish going through all the towns of Israel before Jesus came back again. That did not happen. So this is what we can expect to see, and I think we really are seeing today. Verse 24, the student is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for students to be like their teachers and servants like their masters. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebub, how much more the members of his household? Verse 26, so do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the rooftops. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them falls to the ground outside your Father's care. The very hairs of your head are numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Again, telling of God's great love for everybody, even a sparrow. Even he knows and loves you so much. He even knows how many hairs. He knows how many are gray in my hair. He knows all of the every single thing about us because we are his creation and he loves us. Verse 32, whoever acknowledges me before others, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before others, I will disown before my Father in heaven. So, wow, what a powerful statement there. Acknowledge me before others. Let's acknowledge Christ before others. The worst thing I could think of is being disowned. It says, I will disown before my Father in heaven. Just the worst thing I could think of is Jesus disowning me before the Father in heaven. So God help me. God help us to acknowledge Jesus before others. Verse 34, do not suppose that I have come to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. If anyone loves their father or mother more than me, anyone who loves their father or mother before me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds their life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. So, okay, we just have to stop and review a couple of things. What is this in verse 34? Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace. Wait a minute, isn't this the Prince of Peace? Goodwill towards men. He's saying that a sword. So again, we see that the Word of God is sharp like a sword, like a double-edged sword. And what happens is that it will divide. The only true division of people on this earth are believers and non-believers. Nothing else matters. Black, white, male, female, there's no other division except for a believer and a non-believer. That's the only two divisions of people on this earth. And he's saying that when you become a believer, you start following the Lord, then you're going to feel that divide. It's going to be real. You're going to feel it the most with members of your own family because you live with them every day. And they're going to think, well, wait a minute, what? I know you, and now you're telling me you're going to live for the Lord, but I know you. I know all about you. I know what you've done. I know you can be mean sometimes. I mean, it's very difficult, and especially with the people in our household. But at least this passage can give us comfort, saying that yeah, we have to expect this and pray for the non-believers, even non-believers in our family, people that live very close to us. These are the people we have to pray for daily, and especially just live our lives to live out your Christian walk. We have to live out our Christian walks around these people the most, and especially with just how we live and not preaching to them every day. You need Jesus, you need Jesus. Well, you have to live that out. But realize words are important too. So yes, it's good to always share the gospel, but with the ones closest, little words. We have to have fewer words. So let's go on. Verse 39, whoever finds no. Verse 38, sorry. Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. So what does that mean? Take up your cross. Well, some people mean, oh, I have all these hardships and this is my cross to bear. I have this problem with my health. But your cross, taking up your cross, that actually means just giving your will over to God. Just saying, not my will, but your will be done. And that is a cross to bear because everyone wants to be the boss of them. I want to be the boss of me. I don't, that's our human nature. So that is the cross that we bear. And he explains it further in 39. Whoever finds their life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. So this is how the kingdom of God works. We just live our life for ourselves and seeking, this is what I want, this is what I want, I'm going to do this, this, and this. This is how you lose your life. But how you save your life is losing it for the sake of Christ. And that is a great place to be. It's just something that we have to do every day, every day. Every day I have to say, not my will, but your will be done. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, that's how you find peace and happiness, peace and joy. I don't want to get into the difference now between joy and happiness, but that's how you can really live your life to the fullest by losing it. I know it doesn't seem to make sense, but when you do it, you'll see, wow, this does make sense. This is that joy. This is what I have been looking for. So let's go on. Verse 40, anyone who welcomes you welcomes me, and anyone who welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes a prophet as a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and whoever welcomes a righteous person as a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And if anyone gives even a cup of cold water to one of these little ones, who is my disciple, truly I tell you, that person will certainly not lose their reward. So we need to help people, to serve people, especially these people who have given their lives and they are following the Lord. Give them a cup of water. I think sometimes Joe and I, we go out of our way. We see somebody even preaching that we feel like is, really preaching the gospel on a corner. We're like, let's go get them water. And we just give them water bottles or, our help and food with whatever they need. So we do need to be a servant heart to those we see that are really following the Lord and doing and making disciples and preaching the gospel. So, okay. It's been a long video, I know. I just wanted to get through this whole chapter with you today because it was just such a great chapter. So I hope you're doing well. And I just wanted to tell you, some of you that are listening to me really have not made that commitment, have heard about Jesus, but really have not committed, are not losing their life to save it. So if that's you, remember the words. Remember that whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Jesus tells us what to do. It says, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. So I want you to do that today. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. If you hear his voice speaking to you, calling you near, I want you to just call out to Jesus and he will save you. There's no magic prayer. We hear about the sinner's prayer and things. It's great. I can say a prayer with you. You can repeat it, but it doesn't mean anything unless your heart is there, unless you are really crying out to Jesus today. So That's my prayer for you. Just call out to Jesus and you will be saved. And please, you can leave a message in the comments if you need prayer of any type today. And my email is in somewhere, on the channel, probably in the comments too. Reach out, email me, especially if you made a commitment today to the Lord. And we just want to pray with you. We want to rejoice with you. So God bless you and keep you, his face shine upon you. And I look forward to being with you tomorrow morning. And Lord willing, we're going to talk about Matthew 11.